How's everybody doing today? My name is TheStormPow, and I'm here for another installment of DBZ Talks. Now, I've got a different setup going on here because I'm into my new office. I have got the actual show playing on my TV. It is a legit copy. I have the DVD box sets. Please don't sue. Check out this stuff. Go buy the actual DVDs. Don't get this stuff any other way because it's an awesome show. And I'm just playing it in the background because it makes me feel professional, like I'm in some studio. Got the wallpaper and everything that I found on Google Images. My arms are flailing everywhere. And if you like the t-shirt, link will be in the description. Please don't comment asking, oh, where'd you get that? You know, when I am telling you right now, link is in the description. I'm just saying. Okay, anyway, so today, this topic came to me on Tumblr by an anonymous user, and I did answer him really briefly on there, but I thought that I would go more in depth on this because I started to think, hey, this is an okay topic for a DBZ Talks episode. And today's topic will be about who is Goku's mother. Now, the simple answer is, we don't know. Now, you know, even by the end of this, I'm not going to be able to give you an actual name, but there are a lot of speculation and a lot of theories, and this is basically mine. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, it's probably Fasha. She was the teammate on Bardock's team during his little movie, Bardock, the Father of Goku. He was there with, I think the other Saiyan's name was Tora, I think. Don't hold me to that. But, Bardock and Fasha were in the same squad. Yes, that's very true. And a lot of people automatically make the connection, oh, that probably means that they fucked, you know, and that Fasha is Goku's mother. Now that is a possibility. A lot of people throw it out there. Maybe that's why they decided to put a female Saiyan in there with Bardock, was to give the possibility of, hey, this could be Goku's mother. You know, that would make sense. Even though really Fasha and Bardock really didn't have any legit interactions that would allude that they were, you know, a thing necessarily. They just kind of acted towards each other like squad mates. Now here's my main theory though. You know, it's not really a secret that the Saiyans are not exactly particularly affectionate people, and that their primary goal is war and to strive, survive, and kick ass. You know, they were in the planetary trade. Their goal was to go to planets, fuck shit up, sell the planets to Frieza and all that stuff, or with Frieza, whatever, and make the money. You know, that was their goal, to survive in the galaxy with their awesome muscles of destiny. And basically what I'm getting at, though, is that I'm going to compare the Saiyans to the Spartans a lot. Now, if you have gone through history in high school, or probably even middle school, you should know a little bit what I'm talking about. Fuck, if you've seen the movie 300, you should probably know what I'm talking about. Basically, in ancient Sparta, their main goal for women was to birth more fighters, and that was about their only purpose. Now, this is going to sound really sexist. I'm not saying that I agree with any of that, of course. I'm just saying that's how it supposedly went back then. Women's main purpose were to make babies, and those men would later on grow up to be brutal fighters. And that's probably why the majority of Saiyans are men, because most of the times, Saiyan females were probably just there to birth more fighters. Now that being said, it's very likely that Bardock doesn't even know the name of whoever Goku's mother is, and it's also pretty damn likely that Goku and Raditz would have completely separate mothers, making them just half-brothers. Because Bardock was probably just about to have a child, and they gave him some random Saiyan woman that probably had a comparable power level to him, and they said, hey, make babies, and he did that with Raditz, and then a couple years later with Goku. So it is pretty likely that he really didn't know the name of the Saiyan, didn't know anything about her, and they were probably completely different people. That's just how I'm assuming, because I think that it worked a lot like Sparta. Another thing that makes me compare Saiyans to Sparta is that if Saiyans were born with a supposedly like low power level, which in the Spartans' case would be like them being born with some disability or some kind of, you know, deformity to where they figured they wouldn't be able to fight any day, then they would pretty much say, fuck you, you're out, and you're not gonna be living, you know? Like, they exiled Tarble from the Saiyan race, they killed Spartan children when they were born with, like, deformities and disabilities. I mean, if they would exile Tarble, son of King Vegeta, he was royalty. They exiled him from the planet and the entire race because he was weak. That should tell you right there that they don't give a dump about any kind of feelings or anything. The Saiyans were brutal people. They did not give a shit about family values or anything. Vegeta, on the other hand, Tarble's brother, was born with a pretty nice power level, so he got to live. Tarble, they just said, fuck you, you're out of the planet. Enjoy your stay in outer space trying to breathe and stuff. Bye-bye. And that's what makes me compare the Saiyans to Sparta. I think that a lot of times if a Saiyan child was born with a really bad power level or something that they thought would make them unable to fight when they were older, they would just say, fuck you, and tell you to leave. And they just had random Saiyan women be the mothers. Now that being said, I do not have a name for Goku's mother. I don't have a name for Turles' mother. I don't have a name for Broly's mother. I don't have a name for any of the Saiyan mothers. For all we know, Fasha didn't even have any kids. Now you may be asking, hey StormPow, you know, if the Saiyans were more like Sparta and women were just there to have children, why was Fasha in a squad? Well, maybe there was a rare exception where Fasha was maybe born and they were like, hey, you know, she may be a woman, but she has a decent power level, so let's see what she grows up to be like. And she actually had a role. Or maybe it was a desperate time and maybe they were like, you know what, we actually need all the fighters we can get. Fasha over here doesn't have a half-bad power level, let's just toss her in with Tora and Bardock and see how she does on their mission, on Planet Me. And that's basically my theory. I would like to assume, anyway, that if Akira Toriyama and the creators of Dragon Ball have any kind of backstory plan for the Saiyan females and their mothers, I think that it would be something kind of like that, to where they compare them to the Spartans. But this is all 100% my theory. I have like no evidence whatsoever to back this up, other than the two facts that I had stated, that Saiyans really don't seem to care about family, and that there are very few Saiyan females around, and all of that stuff. That's really my only evidence to actually back it up, but I don't have any concrete facts or anything. So, you know, this is just kind of a fun theory video, and some people do wonder, you know, hey, who is Goku's mother? Let's explain a little bit of this backstory. And I do love me some Saiyan backstory. I have always been very interested in that. But anyway, that is the end of this DBZ Talks. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you have any kind of topics you would like to have me discuss in this series, be sure to leave them down below and I will be sure to get to them sometime. And that is it for this episode. I would like to thank you all for watching. Hope you have a nice day and goodbye.